everyone, who's Ghxst here, and welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. This is part 7. If you guys remember where we left off, we entered the trial, man. And for whatever reason, and I can't remember it off the top of my head now, I'll probably tell it later. We're not with Edgeworth anymore. He's not gonna be the prosecutor of this game. From the looks of it, it looks like it's gonna be Von Karma's successor, his daughter. I forgot her first name, but she's a Von Karma, and she's just like her father. Who would have guessed? But we got a lot of information out of the last trial. Apparently, the 2 gunshots we heard, one came from Dr. Gray, and the second one came from Maya / the ghost of the nurse, or the spirit of the nurse that he killed in the car accident. And we can tell that she was shot because of the hole in her clothes. But yeah, we had to take a recess, and now Lotta's gonna take the stand because she got some pictures from the scene, and I vividly remember this because I remember the click in the scene. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. If you guys have just seen one more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Ah, boy. Alright. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Whew. That was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I feel like I was pretty close to dying myself. Also, I'm wearing my glasses today, y'all. I don't know if y'all care, but I'm going blind, so I have to look at my screens through glasses now. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I ain't tricked nobody. That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? In a way, yeah, I guess. By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Yep. Oh yeah, on that subject, the ghost of Mia is hiding stuff from us, so she knows who the killer is, and she knows how to get Maya off scot-free, but don't want to tell us. Boy, that is so annoying. Just as annoying as this trial is going to be. Court will not reconvene. Now, the first order of... I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Damn! Oh nah, G. Listen, I like a little feistiness, but not this, bruh. Talking about some good boy. I'll be damned if you call me a good boy. I'll take that from the right person, though. You didn't hear that from me, though. Hello. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza! Name and occupation. I declare... What in tarnation? Hey, Judge! This here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine? This ain't fine. That's a whip. Ah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. I hate the way she talks, bro. That's so annoying. Speak proper. Speak it. Don't speak in alliteration. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Yeah, she got you now. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? The judge is so terrified right now. I don't even remember what's in my court record right now. The only doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear a gunshot. Mr. Lawyer then broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene? And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Eh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Apologies if I sound like I'm sleepy, y'all. I just had some food and I'm starting to fall into my food coma. Ah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show the pictures to the court. Yeah, I really want to see these too. What the pictures look like. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see. Let's see here. This here is the picture. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on, pause, stop everything. That means if she's facing the way of the drape in the back, that means she shot first. That mean, okay. Okay. It would certainly seem like it would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Okay. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt of about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. This picture does not make Maya look good, though. Ah, crap. I still have all the help from last time. This sucks. Alright. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We heard a gunshot. Mr. Lawyer then broke down the door. I want to press this. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fay? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen, behind the door, under the flooring? Is there anything in the picture that could justify any of those things? Under the flooring, behind the drape, behind the thing, and what else? Behind the door. What about behind the folding screen? What about that? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rec given? Huh? What in the... Rec given. You know, you reckon. That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What? You got a problem? Rec given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty understanding you. If you're gonna stop saying such things like rec given... Dang, I can't even finish what he's saying. Now then, Mr. Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Her story adds up. What's worse, I was at the scene of the crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Okay, so what happens if I just choose the other things? Press that. Absolutely certain. Yeah. If it's pitch black, behind the door, I'm gonna click under the flooring. Actually, I'm gonna click behind the door. What about behind the door? Did you check there? What do I look like to you? I wasn't born yesterday, you know. First off, the one that busted down the door was you. With the way you slammed that door, anyone standing behind it would have had more face and less nose, free of charge. In any case, there is no one standing behind the door. She actually had the police investigate that too. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, so stick with the floor plan. Or stick with the floor, under the floor. What about under the flooring? Did you check there? I ain't no ignoramus to make it out here. Huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, me? Under the flooring? Come on, even a bug wouldn't crawl under that. Sorry to disappoint, but there was no secret passageway under the flooring. Oh, yeah, that was a bit far-fetched, huh? Okay, so nothing here works. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber, right? We're waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer then broke the door down and we rushed in. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Okay. What about this gunshot? What about this? Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it. You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are you here listening to the... And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Broke down the door and we rushed into the room. I'm gonna check this real quick. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you babbling about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that question Oh crap. Hold on, we can't have the defendant testify against his own client. Okay. Then bang. There has to be evidence that proves that they weren't the only two in there. That's the only thing I can think of. Present. No one else is in the room. Hold on. Let me look at this picture again, actually. There's nothing on this picture that could prove that anyone else was in the room. There's Maya, there's the doctor. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else could be here. I swear, other than those two, there's no one else in the room. Let me check all the evidence I have. Yeah, no. Newspaper. Floor plans on the channeling chamber. Autopsy report. Maya's costume. The thing with the hole in it. This is hard. Okay. Her story adds up. What's worse is I was there at the scene of the crime with her, and her story is exactly how I would have told it too. That doesn't help me at all. I mean, there was this gunshot. Okay, what happens if I do this? If I press this? So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Phoenix, come on, bro. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke that door down. Sorry. What does this feel like in Inquisition? No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Okay. I don't think... Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lada seems awful confident in her testimony. Press her harder. Lada, please think back to the day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Yeah, her physical things changed because she was channeling spirits and whatnot. Hold on. Alright. So that's the second picture she took. That has to be the second picture she took. Maybe what she saw wasn't actually Maya? Is that what they're trying to get at? Something like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyways, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see... Yeah. Order, Miss Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, to shift things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where are you getting at? Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered... One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Okay. Exactly. Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again. Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. Okay. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. Oh crap, I'm gonna get penalized. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that... Hold on. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? The lack of face? Like, present evidence, I guess? Your Honor, Mr. Wright, it is possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant. What? Do you know what you are proposing? Yeah, that's just plain fool's talk. Thanks, guys. Your show of support was just great. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to this court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey. Okay, isn't Maya Fey? Let me look at the picture again. I mean, we still don't know. I don't know whose face this is. Like, until we have a face, we don't have an identity. Is it the picture? That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah. Here's your proof. Is there a problem? Oh shit. Oh no. I thought I would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. Man. Shoot, I guess I wasn't showing enough confidence. I'm gonna give up. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not my FA. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think this is quite obvious to this court that the verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally, 100% impossible. Ms. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defendant? No further questions, I presume? Hold on. Okay, just making sure everything's right. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. The defense. Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Wait. Hey, weren't you Pearl earlier? What the Bro, okay. This spiritual part of this game is starting to get confusing. Okay. I guess I made it just in time, when you say. But Pearls? Her clothes are a bit small. Anyways, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! Uh-huh. I was murdered. What? Another picture. Lada, at a time like this? Yeah, we still need to get that other picture from Lada. We don't have a clear look of the quote-unquote assailant's face. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lada one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end this cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination period has already ended. Furthermore, it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But I mean, at some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. This is abuse. Miss Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us one more time what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. I need to find out a way for her to come clean about that second picture. When we broke into the room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. That's what I want to hear. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Alright, let's skip all the way to the end. Blah, 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 blah. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding? That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. No, no, no! You've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma! Okay, like I said, she's just like her dad. Miss Von Karma, you're holding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Hold on, I'm confronting her, Franziska. I'm pressing you. Your Honor, the defense had asked the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Yes. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Okay, we got another picture. Ooh, okay. Okay, got it. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in the picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Okay, yeah, there we go. Finally. All this talking is making me thirsty. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Insist it's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, that the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body is taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. that somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. I get what he's going for, but that's not exactly it. But okay. Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. Uh-oh. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. There's another one? Oh, no. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. How'd you even get this? This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? Yes. She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Wow. Okay. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's channeling. Oh my god. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Yeah, I still want to know how you got that. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image is now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't even have a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this is... Hold on. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, this trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. I'm about to lose if I get this wrong. Okay. Is there any way I can prove that this person in this picture is not Maya? Yes, look at the facial structure. It's no good. My argument doesn't hold any water. Oh crap, I think I clicked the wrong thing. I see the defense is staying silent on this one. Yes, Your Honor. And to think, I even gave you this chance to prove your point for free. But you couldn't even point yourself out in a lineup. Yes. Well then, I believe we have reached a conclusion. Phoenix! Yes? You can't give up. Please, for me. Take a look at the court record again and try to find some way out of this jam. I'll give it another shot. The judge is about to close the trial. You can't let that happen. It's come down to this. Your Honor, within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. What is it now? Wait, crap! What? Wow, I really can't get anything wrong with this trial. Okay, alright, y'all, I'll be right back. Let me get back to where I was. Alright, y'all, I'm back. It took me about 5 or so minutes, but I'm back. And this time I clicked that I can prove that it's not Maya Fey this time instead of saying I can't prove it on accident. My fault on that one. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimonies up until now. A contradiction? So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out the problem? You mean her face? The fact that there's no music is creepy. Let's see. I wish the prompt didn't leave. Bro, hold on. I can't even go back now. I should have saved. It's either... I want to say it's her face. Please direct your attention here. To her face? With your own two eyes, you can clearly see that this face does not belong to my face. Right. Fool. Do you even know what you're talking about anymore? That hurt! Hold on. Save. Okay, that wasn't right, but whatever. Didn't we just finish discussing that her appearance changes during channeling? I know you ain't... Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Phoenix, you have to think before you speak. You can't... I didn't even read the prompt! Even Maya's mad at me now. I have to focus. Something strange about the picture? Okay, so... There's no hole in the thing, so... Her body features may change, but what about the clothing? Excuse me, but I can't... Okay, whatever. Alright, y'all, I'll be right back. I already failed. Give me a second. Okay, y'all, I think I figured it out. So, if it's not her face, which is obviously different, weren't there two murder weapons? There was the gun and the knife. If she was holding a knife, it would have to be in this hand, right? So wouldn't it be her hand? Lies here. Nope. I'll be right back again, y'all. Okay, y'all. Now I think I figured it out. I think I clicked the wrong side when it came to the sleeve. I don't know if I was recording this when I did this or not, but there's no hole in the sleeve to indicate that she was shot. So it has to be, if it's not this one, it has to be the other one. This would be so much easier if I could look at the court record for that matter. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there's nothing odd about it. And that's exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Right. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You are just like your father. I hate you and your family. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring me down the mood, don't you? Like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that conceited grin plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor? I'd like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I did, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth. I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. Crap. Hold on. There's only one logical explanation for this contradiction. The picture is fake. The bullet hole was made later. The shooter is someone else. It was made later. No? There's only one explanation for why there is no hole in the sleeve in the picture. The hole was created much later after the murder took place. After the murder? Hey! Those 2 gunshots were heard before we broke in. Or did you forget? I'll see y'all in a minute. Alright, y'all, I'm back. It doesn't make sense for the shooter to be somebody else. So the other answer is that this picture has to be fake. Right? The fact that the defendant's costume has a bullet hole in its sleeve is a fact. Which can only mean one thing. That this picture is a fake. What? Hey! You're calling me a forger now? Well, not you exactly. Well, not per se. Well, I guess there was another shooter, y'all. I'll be right back. Alright, y'all. So if there really is another the shooter is someone else, y'all gonna have to explain this one to me, because I'm not sure. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. I'm waiting for that. There you go. A complete mess? I failed to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal for a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the only one who said it was only the 2 of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you are lying, I swear that my wolf will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Whack! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in the picture is not the defendant, then this poses 2 very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Maya will always turn things around and change her perspective. Let me save this part again, because, yeah, something's gonna come up, and I'm probably gonna get it wrong. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before... Hold on. A third person... Hold on. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling room is... Maya left the room. Something I can't explain. How can you explain, like... what is essentially an exorcism? I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple. Because there is no explanation. That's why. As I thought. Another big waste of time. Cord's time. Phoenix, you can't just give up like that. But Mia, rethink things one more time, and there has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect. So of course, my conditions are also perfect. Alright, Phoenix. Calm down and let's try this one more time. Right before we broke into that third person was already in the room. Blah 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 blah. Maya had left the room. The third person already entered because she's using Maya's body? Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. No, I don't. We just grasping at straws now. Hold on. Jesus! This trial is taking a lot. Patient died from malpractice. I don't know. What about in the profiles? Proof that the person was someone else. Proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. This game's giving me a headache, man. Damn. I've been in this chair for about an hour. Was there before the murder took place. How do I prove something like that? Wait. Murder weapon was Gray's. Belonged to the phase. Bears Maya's fingerprints. I don't know, y'all. The key? I don't know. I'll be back. I'll be back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I ain't gonna lie. I'm stuck. So I had to cheat. I had to cheat on this one a little bit. So Maya had to leave the room, I guess. Maya had to leave the channeling chamber at some point. I got a headache now. I've been here for so long, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly of foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chance of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had to leave the room. They had this key to get into the door? I don't know. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is only one of its kind after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't this a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was none other than her, was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! I am so lost, y'all. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. Oh God, I have to do this all over again. That is all. Court is adjourned. I got a headache. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Bro, we do not go together. Stop it. Oh, by the way, Nick, you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you're ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. She's so sheltered. Right. To be continued. My head hurts. Bro, I'm stopping right here. Override. Part 3. Golly, man. I gotta take my glasses off of that. Damn. So, if you watched the video this far, congratulations. Hopefully y'all understand what's going on, because I certainly don't. Golly, man. But I'm gonna wrap this up here, because now my eyes are sore. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give you guys a to see one more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna go rest my eyes and do something that doesn't involve me looking at a screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, good.